Today I'll talk briefly about the core businesses, including the way we work, our core values, and some of the key achievements to date, and also touch on some of the challenges currently facing our industry and how we're working hard to overcome them. But importantly, I'd like to tell you about how we're investing for the future and to ensure that we have the right tools to succeed. Lindsay Australia this year celebrated 65 years in the road transport and 35 years in the rural merchandising. The business has been through many changes in the past 10 years that were necessary to ensure that the business remains competitive in today's environment. We have expanded our footprint to reduce seasonal risk. We have expanded our logistics offer, and we have invested in facilities, fleet and systems, and importantly, we have invested in our people and culture. At Lindsay's, we value family and community. Our success is attributed to our commitment and to continually improve our business practices and provide a superior level of service. We strive to be industry leaders and provide both business and customers efficiencies and safe work environment. What started with 3 trucks all those years ago has now grown into a fully integrated offering end-to-end solution for the horticultural and food processing industry. Today we have more than 390 prime movers and distribution trucks. We have 670 trailers, 56 refrigerated rail containers, operating out of 30 sites Australia-wide. It's a scale that reaches the Lindsay's operation that sets us apart from any of our competitors. Our fleet travels more than 60 million kilometres annually, and that's helped our 1,300 employees across the country, while our annual turnover is 360 million. The capabilities of the group's 3 key divisions of transport, rural and fresh are captured in the following video.
I think you can't pick one certain thing. I think they excel at all levels. They do a brilliant job with making sure everything just works.
And they're there for the ups and they're there for the downs.
They went out of their way to understand our business.
They do what they say they're going to do.
The Lindsay brothers, Peter and Tom, began their transport business in an unusual way. In 1953, they bought 3 old trucks.
From my father. She was hard to deal with. Well, we thought so anyway.
A serious way to start a business. Lindsay Transport would soon enter the business of chilled freight. Now, it's one of Australia's most respected names in refrigerated road transport. Today, Lindsay Australia continues its evolution, growing with a state-of-the-art facility headquartered at Acacia Ridge, Queensland. This major complex, encompassing administration, rural supply centre, transport logistics, cold and freezer facilities, service drivers' quarters, refueling depot, and full-service fleet maintenance, supports an interconnected array of premium services. Our focus is on bringing the very best to major customers in food processing, food services, fresh produce, rural, horticultural, and food export-import sectors. Under the Lindsay Australia banner are 3 fully integrated divisions: Lindsay Transport, Lindsay Rural, and Lindsay Fresh Logistics. With one of the largest refrigerated fleets, combining a wide network of refrigerated and freezer warehousing, Lindsay Transport safeguards cold chain dependability. Our strategically located terminals maximize Lindsay operations. Lindsay Transport services a diverse industry, day in, day out. We satellite track our road fleet all over Queensland, right across New South Wales, throughout Victoria and out into South Australia. And with our Pacific National Rail Alliance, we freight from Adelaide to Perth and from Brisbane to far north Queensland. Our clients trust in our flexibility and reliability. In 1983, Kim Lindsay established Lindsay Rural,
It's great, and it's growing, and it'll keep growing, and it's a great fit with the transport, and that's why we've put it together and why it's so successful. Both sides of the business have got long-standing customers. You know, the rural side over 30 years, transport over 50 years, and we must be doing a great job for them to still be there.
Lindsay Rural, the first specialist rural supply company accredited Australia-wide, offers the Lindsay Solution, an expansive range of products and services that provide vital support for growers.
This diverse end-to-end offering is unique within Australian horticulture, and it allows our staff a deep understanding of our customers' business.
Lindsay Rural is keenly aware of clients' changing requirements, particularly in the field, consulting with agronomy services. And there's Lindsay Rural's unmatched supply of specialised packaging, underpinned by our close association with Visy, just as refinements are sought in new packaging technologies. Our work strengthens and grows partnerships in rural merchandising. Lindsay Rural's stock management and forecasting of client needs helps keep it in front.
It's fantastic to be part of the success of both our customers and the communities in which they operate.
But we're not a conventional service provider. We're a supportive, integrated part of our client supply chain, the essential link between growers, food processors and manufacturers and distribution hubs in cities and regional centres. Lindsay Fresh Logistics is a leader in import and export, with a single site operation based at the Brisbane Markets Precinct. Here, our specialist import-export sales personnel apply strict protocols at every stage of sales, logistics and handling.
Cuts down logistics, cuts down on time, gets product to market quicker, allows us to mesh all of our divisions and give our customers the service that they require.
Lindsay Fresh Logistics Operations Centre integrates new generation chill, fumigation and ripening facilities. This closes the gap, accomplishing cold chain integrity. We deliver a unique, streamlined chain of delivery to domestic markets and international destinations, a service not offered by any competitor.
Global integrated perishable solutions from paddock to port. One phone call, we do the lot.
Lindsay Fresh Logistics links via Qantas, moving export produce for rapid international air freight delivery. As well, temperature-controlled sea freight containers depart Port of Brisbane, providing exporters a direct, high-grade distribution chain. Access to overseas markets now comes with enhanced reliability and confidence. The Lindsay operation has always developed strong relationships, alliances that grow and expand Lindsay Australia's products and services. With Pacific National, Lindsay Australia's transport solutions bring even more flexibility into cold chain logistics. Temperature-controlled containers are loaded at Pacific National's rail terminal at Tennyson for distribution the length of Queensland and freighting from Adelaide to Perth. When resources are designed to be nimble, it means you have a transport business meant to deliver. Lindsay Transport's guarantee of quality of service is underpinned by the NTO, our National Transport Office. We take our role as a leader in road transport very seriously.
The NTO is a 24/7 operation designed to maximise the utilisation of company equipment, ensuring all deliveries are made on time and notifying any customers of any delays. It could be floods, it could be fires, it could be an accident. We do run on time.
And we're committed to chain of responsibility legislation, ensuring stringent compliance for our company and our clients. Lindsay Australia counts its people as key to success. Our management team and specialist workforce is a dedicated, largely long-term employed group of skilled people. Lindsay Transport has a solid reputation, born of good industrial relations, a confident workforce, and a culture of customer focus.
And the job our people do, they satisfy our customers, and that's what we're about.
From the beginning at Boambi near Coffs Harbour, Lindsay made a name for itself, highly regarded in Australian road transport. Now, in its 7th decade, this proud name comes out of small towns and regional centres and heads into the cities. Having helped to grow the food, we then transport the harvest across Australia for international markets as well. More than 2 million pallets of freight Over 60 million kilometres every year, and growing. We protect and move the most valuable freight there is, the food that feeds our nation. There's a trust in the people who make that happen. Lindsay Australia. We're Australians seeking excellence.
Having just seen a snapshot of how we keep Lindsay Australia on the road, I want to take a deeper dive into our core businesses and some of the challenges we are currently facing in the industry. First, we have Lindsay Transport. The road transport industry in Australia carries a significant portion of non-bulk because of the efficiency and reliability of the network. The industry is made up of a large number of small operators, around 39,000 businesses. We estimate the annual revenue was $50 billion. These smaller operators often specialise in products, category and regions and tend to be subcontractors for large integrated businesses such as Lindsay Transport. Lindsay Transport has evolved to become one of the major players in the refrigerated segment with an annual turnover of $250 million. Transport offers a complete range in demand services to large national contracts. Through our innovative network and driver changeover locations, we can also reduce transit times for pickup and deliveries and extend the shelf life of products for our customers. By 2031, the road freight task in Australia is forecast to increase by as much as 50%, driven by population growth, demand for imports and exports and online trading. We have set a foundation to take advantage of this growth. In the last 3 years, we have invested $123 million to upgrade our fleet, facilities and technology, and ultimately further proof our place in the industry. We have opened new facilities in Mareeba, Brisbane and Adelaide. A new Sydney depot is also planned for 2019. We have also expanded our reach with now depots in Perth and Bowen. We have renewed a large proportion of local and interstate fleets. We have invested in road trains and for capability, increased the rail containers to ensure volumes are handled efficiently. We have invested in technology to ensure that we are the cutting edge in the industry. The road transport industry faces a number of challenges, and in the future at Lindsay's embrace the challenges to find solutions. An ageing workforce, shortage of skilled drivers, pose a big challenge for transport operators. We invest significantly in attracting quality drivers through continuous recruitment programs. Equipment age and quality is another consideration for our drivers. We pride ourselves in our fleet. Providing newer, safer equipment each year sets us apart from our competitors. We have one of the youngest fleets on the road today. Congestion in major capital cities is adding significant cost to freight tasks. There have been some improvements in road network in the past couple of years, but more needs to be done. Consumers are paying the price for idle equipment and labour. Managing fuel prices changes is a daily challenge. Made it easy with our recent $1.5 million investment in bulk fuel facilities. We have now created a network throughout Australia that allows us to source fuel at Lindsay's own facilities, removing the need to refuel at service stations. Smaller operators have come under pressure from fuel pricing and industry regulations, leading to a number of them leaving the segment, and they struggle to pass on cost increases or comply with chain of responsibility legislation. We believe the segment will continue to see the reduction in the number of businesses and the smaller operators exit or consolidate with larger integrated businesses. Lindsay Fresh. Our Lindsay Fresh business was set up in 2014 to complement the existing transport operations. It is essentially a one-stop shop for our customers. Import, export logistics required for documents, protocol, compliance, warehousing, fumigation, ripening and port deliveries services. Fresh sets itself apart from its competitors by offering a single point of contact, completing all the services in-house, enabling more streamlined offering for customers, reducing the number of time products are handled, ensuring the most efficient supply chain. Import and export volumes have grown significantly over the past decade, and the demand continues to grow for quality Australian fresh produce. There is an opportunity to expand in this segment. Fresh is posed to take advantage of the growth, investing $2.5 million this year in Brisbane Markets facility, setting a platform to handle the volumes increase in 2019 and beyond. Again, our investments are continually carried out with the long-term future in mind. Lindsay Fresh is currently servicing the Brisbane import and export markets, but with the growing demand from existing customers, a low capital investment model has commenced in Melbourne. And we are continually reviewing opportunities where the integrated fresh model has a fit in our capital cities. Lindsay Rural, our third core business. Lindsay Rural started 35 years ago in packaging retail in Bundaberg and has diverse to complete rural merchandise business with an annual turnover of 110 million. Rural offers expert growing advice throughout our quality agronomists and supply farm inputs and packaging solutions. It is now Visy Australia's largest horticultural customer. Rural is also critical to transport business to balance freight flows. Rural sells farm inputs to the growers and logistic tasks is carried out by transport. Transport then carts produce from the regions, balancing the freight flows in both directions. The growing customer base in rural segment has changed substantially over the past 5 years as large corporate farming operations continue to expand and the smaller farms consolidate or exit the market. Rural has been able to leverage from existing relationships through the other divisions. Speed of service sets Rural apart from competitors. No other merchandising business has a logistic business the size and scale of Lindsay Transport. Lindsay Connect. Lindsay Connect is the final link to the integrated model. Connect has been set up as an end-to-end agri-enterprise working with Australian growers to supply fresh quality produce to the world. Overseas demands in produce is outstripping supply for many export categories. So by using Lindsay's footprint, the experience in agronomy, service, logistics, import, export, Connect has upper hand on its competitors. Connect will focus on 5 product categories: citrus, mangoes, grapes, stone fruit and cherries. These products are in high demand in overseas and the market is sourced from the existing growers base, ensuring that the optimal supply chain protocols are followed from the grower to destinations. The future of transport and logistics in Australia will no doubt look very different from today. To meet further freight task demands, Lindsay will continue to invest, ensure we remain competitive and we are well placed to take advantage of that growth. Increasing the rail container fleet will be a key to the group's future success. Our first rail containers was purchased in 2015 and this month we have just taken delivery of our 56th container. Rail will play an important role in addressing the increasing freight demand over the coming years, as it is an effective way to move large volumes. We will continue to invest in technology to improve freight utilisation, temperature monitoring and driver monitoring. We also invest $7.5 million in the new Sydney fit-out next year. The purpose-built facility, which will be critical to the Lindsay network, will be placed to handle the future of freight demands. Subject to planning approvals, we're hoping that the construction will commence in early 2019 and be completed in 12 months' time. Our investments now will shape the road transport industry of tomorrow and we're excited to see what's to come. Thank you for your time.